Thank you, Honourable Speaker. And Honourable Speaker, I stand today to bring forward a grievance against the Kinew government on the Lac du Bonnet Personal Care Home, Honourable Speaker. You see, many members across the way of all political stripes as well should understand that the Lac du Bonnet Personal Care Home does not only service those that are residents of the area. The Lac du Bonnet Personal Care Home will be servicing those individuals that have lived within Manitoba, that call cottage country, the Lac du Bonnet area home. And that's what we want to see, Honourable Speaker. People come out, possibly live in their cottages as well as time goes on, and then have those services closer to home for those individuals. Let me recap some history for the members opposite, especially the NDP members in the Kinew government. You see, Honourable Speaker, Gary Dewar and the now Premier's mentor, Greg Selinger, had promised the residents of the Lac du Bonnet constituency a personal care home many, many years ago. But you see, Honourable Speaker, no money, no plans, and no documentation supported those claims, Honourable Speaker. In 2012, Greg Selinger showed up with a skeletal crew, of course, a few photographers, but no health minister to promise the Lac du Bonnet area and residents a personal care home that was going to start construction in 2014. Nothing happened in 2013, nothing happened in 2014. I'm on a roll.
If I could get members to take their conversations to the loge or somewhere else. I'm having a hard time hearing what the member's saying. The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Honourable Speaker, can we reset the clock there a little bit? I lost a few seconds, but I appreciate your guidance, Honourable Speaker. So 2014, construction was supposed to start. The only thing that actually went up in the area was a sign which was purchased and placed by the community. And since then, the NDP government, back in the day under Greg Selinger, the now Premier's mentor, didn't even provide a weed whacker to be able to trim around the sign, Honourable Speaker. So then fast forward to 2016, when the Progressive Conservative government got into, our party got into government. There was no money to be seen for the Lac du Bonnet Personal Care Home, no plans from the former NDP government, and no documentation supporting those claims, Honourable Speaker. So we again fast forward. What did the NDP leave? The NDP left a large deficit, a large debt, which they more than tripled in just 8 years. So then fast forward to 2023, with documents in tow and the money in place, there was a groundbreaking for the new Lac du Bonnet Personal Care Home, a 90-bed personal care home. So we're simply asking on behalf of the Lac du Bonnet constituents and Manitobans who reside in cottage country and who want to age where they are enjoying their time, Honourable Speaker, to the NDP government, the Kinew government, to continue with the Progressive Conservative Lac du Bonnet Personal Care Home plan. Now, Honourable Speaker, I know the Premier's going to get up in the next few days and he's going to write a little column over to some of our local papers, maybe even the Winnipeg Free Press or the Winnipeg Sun, and say how the member for Lac du Bonnet, which is myself, is not voting for this year's budget. But, Honourable Speaker, the fact is that the documents proving that the personal care home for Lac du Bonnet under our government was going to be put in place, plus the money was put in place. So we're asking and urging this Premier to do good by his word and continue on with the Lac du Bonnet personal care home. I did want to put on the record, Honourable Speaker, some reasons for not voting for the 2024 budget, voting against the NDP, the Kinew government's budget. So the budget allows the NDP to raise fuel taxes overnight at the cabinet table, which we will see come the beginning of 2025. The budget rakes in hundreds of millions in new and increased property taxes on Manitobans with cottages and second homes, Honourable Speaker. The budget eliminates basic personal amounts and increases income taxes on doctors and skilled professionals and tradespeople like engineers. The budget waters down financial accountability for Manitoba Hydro by eliminating the legislated requirement for Hydro to pay down its debt to keep electricity rates low. The budget strips businesses of their rights by banning the use of replacement workers during labor disputes. The budget strips workers of their democratic rights by eliminating the use of secret ballots and while lowering thresholds for automatic union certification. The budget doubles taxpayer-funded rebates for political parties, which the NDP never campaigned on and which they intend to use to fund their election war chest. The budget does not include funding for 9 new schools with daycares planned in Winnipeg, Brandon, West St. Paul, Neepawa, and St. Anne. The budget does not include funding for 2 care homes planned in Winnipeg and Arborg, which have already gone through Treasury Board. The budget cut tens of millions of dollars from community development and summer jobs programs such as Green Teams, ACSC, and Building Sustainable Communities amid a concerning rise in youth unemployment in Manitoba. Now, Honourable Speaker, simply just asking the NDP to stop playing games and move ahead with the progressive conservative plan to build the Lac du Bonnet personal care home. I know that during estimates, I had asked the question about the $70 to $80 million plan for the Lac du Bonnet personal care home, and the Premier himself stood up and said, it's not going to cost that much. It's going to cost $66.4 million. So then I might as well ask at this time, Honourable Speaker, so if in fact that we had the money set aside for the $70, $80 million 90-bed personal care home in Lac du Bonnet, and this Premier is so sure of himself that by delaying it for over a year is actually going to reduce the cost, some kind of NDP math, Honourable Speaker, but he is saying $66.4 million. So then I'll strongly encourage him to take that additional 3.6 to $13.6 million and start again moving forward with the construction that has been paused by his infrastructure minister. So take those funds and start making sure that the turning lanes on 313, 433, and of course the 520 gets upgraded as well. So with that, Honourable Speaker, I know that the Premier has already invited me to the ribbon cutting of the Lac du Bonnet personal care home in order for the 2 of us plus others to attend the ribbon cutting of the Lac du Bonnet personal care home. I strongly encourage him to let the project continue and get to work, Honourable Speaker.
Hear, hear.